I already see women, typically on the right, already talking about this issue because they're fed up with how the Democrats in America have pushed this too far and have taken gender out of the equation. And I know people like Candace Owens and a bunch of others have said, we want strong men. We want strong men. This is so important. This is so important. And I think we should have masculist studies in universities. And if you really think about it, Hugo, what do you think London Real is? It really is a course in masculism. It is, because if you watch my videos and if you sit in my chair, I've learned from the strongest and greatest men in the world over the last 13 years. And that's what I do, and that's kind of what I export. And there's people that crave it because they can't get it anywhere. And I think it's really important. I do. And I think it's about time we start discriminating against anyone, everyone, and that includes men and white people and anyone, really, and just judge them on the content of their character, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Because it's insulting to judge someone on their gender or their race. And ultimately, it does a disservice to them. That's the thing. You actually disempower people when you give them things that they don't merit based on their sex or their gender or their religion. You actually disempower those people.
I was talking a bit about before, this Pew poll showing that nearly 2/3 of young American men just refuse to date women. And obvious consequence of that is, I don't know if you've noticed, but on YouTube, over the past year or so, there are now hundreds of TikToks of young women, 20s, 30s, in tears because they can't find a man. Because 2/3 of them just refuse. And why? Well, from what I'm judging from these guys who do refuse, they're saying these young women are, quote, undateable. And then you ask, well, why do you consider them undateable? Well, they've been too poisoned by feminism. They're not snurf, slim, nurturative, and fip. Right? That's the kind of woman that these masculinist type guys want. And then there's another category of women on YouTube who you could label, I guess, as female masculists. And they're lashing out at the feminists, saying, you have made dating so poisonous that we, who are female masculists, who of course the masculists will like, we can't find men. And so they're lashing. So you're now getting both sexes, the masculists and the female masculists, hitting the monoconscious feminists. So I see, with all these forces, I see monoconscious feminism dying. I don't think it'll survive. There's just too much opposition from both sexes.
Right.
Joining the investment club can bring you the opportunity for peace of mind, wealth, resources, community, and a more joyful time. It was a whole new world for me to hear about cryptocurrency, an alternative to the traditional banking system that we have. The investment club gives us a chance to think about what wealth really is, to have the freedom to live your life that you want. In just 1 month that I've been a part of the investment club, I have listened to so many visionaries with new ideas in the world of music, in the world of finance, in the world of artificial intelligence. When I have questions, there's members of the club willing to support and help and want to see one another gain experience and knowledge.
Well, I feel like everybody just needs to get offline and get in the same room, is what I think. Because all this seems to be accelerated and exacerbated and magnified when we're not in the same room.
Well, you're living in Britain. I don't know if you heard quite recently, I think it was the Home Secretary, female, feminist, saying misogynist statements will be treated as terrorism. Did you see that in the news?
I didn't, but Britain's doing some crazy things with their online
Okay, well, let me throw out a challenge.
So are we both going to jail after this? I had plans this weekend, Hugo.
Exactly. That's
I did worry about when David Icke was here a few weeks ago. I thought, we might both be going to prison.
So let me say, okay, so you're probably hearing an Australian accent to some extent, but I'm actually dual citizen. I have 2 passports. I lived in the UK in the 70s, long enough to take out British passport. So I am British, therefore subject to the whim, let's say, of the female feminist Home Secretary.
They were talking about putting Elon in jail, so I think anybody here can be prosecuted.
Now,
go ahead, yes.
Now, if you look at what mascists are saying, they are saying that fluffies are manslavers. Slavery is hated and a war issue. So the radical masculists are in effect wiping out fluffies. They say, you women will work. You will not manslave a man.
Okay, so you might go to jail, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well,
so to the Home Secretary, if you're watching this.
And on that note, we're going to wrap this up.
Okay.
Hugo, what an amazing conversation. I really, really enjoyed this in a huge way. Thank you for the Artilect War. Let's make this film. I think we should. I know a director.
Kick me to try and resurrect this script.
Okay.
It's in some archive somewhere in Hollywood.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.